Whoever watched this fake live stream, I'ma subscribe to y'all. But anyways, remember always subscribe to Super Sensei Stefan, one of the best ones.
Fly melodies.
Ain't nothing to say. But what's up, guys? It's Super. No, not guys, but y'all. It's Super Sensei here. Really, Stefan. So, Llama Art. Y'all happy? Cause I'm like happy, but it's a little short story like Wansee Entertainment. But I don't know when they made it. The last time they made videos, but the last time I made a video probably was like that day, 4 days. That's probably the last day that I ever probably made a video. If I did could have had that, I could have told my mom how.
My friend and I would go to this forest we found a few months ago. It was a 20-minute bike ride plus a mile walk to get where we used to camp. We made a teepee as our base and even sharpened a few sticks in case we had to fight anything. I know it's dumb, but we thought it was super cool at the time, being 14 years old. I'm a big fan of horror movies. I'd make my friend watch some with...
Yeah, well, you should have been more specific.
Bleep. Turn it. Bleep. Anyway. That baritone was well.
me all the time, and he hated it. He would always get paranoid that someone or something was going to get us when we were there. That's how we came up with the idea to make a teepee and wooden spears, so we wouldn't be attacked. We were finishing the school year online and had to study for finals, so we hadn't been back to the forest in weeks. After the finals were all said and done, we decided to take a trip up there to relax and check to see if our teepee was still there. Our parents agreed to let us stay there on the basis that we'd keep in touch throughout the night.
Don't stay there too long.
We didn't tell our parents this, but we would always take a big buck knife and a hatchet with us. We really thought we were manly. Anyway, when we were gathering our stuff for the night in the forest, we noticed that the buck knife was missing. We thought nothing of it and assumed we'd just left it at the forest the last time we were there. On the bike ride there, my friend was on edge. We just watched a scary movie and he was being a wimp as usual. At around 8 p.m., we arrived at the rough part of the forest, where we had to continue the rest of the journey on foot. As we were walking, we smelled a terrible stench in the air. I couldn't locate or tell what it was. This, of course, made my friend think that there was a dead body and said we needed to leave right away. I told him that he was being a wimp and overreacting. The crunching of the fall leaves began to sound like squelching. As we peered down, we saw a trail of red leading up to where our teepee was. This really freaked my friend out. I told him I'd spotted a can of spray paint in the trash a mile back and that someone was probably playing a prank, just to calm him down. The closer we got to our base, the stronger the smell became. When we finally got there, we saw our teepee and felt a huge wave of relief come over us, even though the smell was as pungent as ever. We peeked inside the teepee through the little door flap we had made, and what we saw was haunting. There was evidence of someone living there. The clothes looked like men's, and they were huge. We continued to investigate the site. Behind the teepee was 2 rotting deer carcasses with a wooden spear in one and a buck knife in the eye of the other. At this point, my friend was already running back to our bikes, but I stupidly stayed for a little longer to scope out the area when I was greeted by a deep, monstrous voice. "Would you like to live with me forever?" As I slowly turned around, I was confronted by a creepy old man. I couldn't even begin to describe his face. It was unlike anything I'd ever seen in my life. I bolted back to my friend. Luckily, he's a slow runner, so it was easy to catch up to him. We then biked back as fast as we could.
Yeah,
Not
y'all
looking
better,
back.
I do the same thing too. Wow. I know it popped up a lot
Thank
of
you for
scary,
sticking around to the end of the video.
stories on my stuff, but what's wrong with me? So, let me look for one. Or short party. Yeah, party. Cause I know it popped up a notification. Then it said, "Yep, trick or treat horror story." He will make some. Run a stupid commercial.
This story happened a couple years ago when I was in my early teens.
Okay.
It all started when I went to the movies with my friend Sam to go see the world premiere of The Dark Knight. The movie garnered a lot of notoriety at the time, obviously due to Heath Ledger's leading role as the Joker. I personally thought it was the greatest movie I had ever seen, considering I've seen almost every Batman movie that ever existed. I decided to buy some Dark Knight merchandise at the vendor booth located in the theater. What appealed most was how cheap the Batman masks were selling for. I didn't have a Halloween costume picked out for October yet, and neither did my friend Sam. We both collectively purchased one mask each and figured it would make for an easy costume to trick-or-treat with. I can honestly say it was an astronomical improvement from the cliche bedsheet over the head ghost I was last year. Fast forward to October 31st. Me and Sam both wore our Batman masks and began going door to door, looking for an opportunity to fill our candy sacks faster than any other trick-or-treater on the block. Trick-or-treat! Well, happy Halloween, Batman. That's it? Lame. Get the hell off my property, you ungrateful twerps!
Oh my
The majority of the
God.
houses were pretty generous.
Yeah, you better be ungrateful before somebody
Batman. That's it? Lame.
That's what I'm saying. You better be ungrateful. If you don't be ungrateful, this what they gonna do to you.
Get the hell off my property, you ungrateful twerps! The majority of the houses were pretty generous, with the exception of a few bad apples, to say the least. On this particular night, there wasn't many houses that had their lights on, which generally meant that they didn't really celebrate Halloween, or in other words, they weren't giving out candy. Me and Sam were understandably upset considering we'd been walking for at least an hour. I continued trick-or-treating while Sam began to hand out candy. Me and Sam were understandably upset considering we'd been walking for at least an hour.
Oh, that's the same dude.
I continued trick-or-treating while Sam began to head home through the pit located in the middle of the neighborhood. Why didn't I just stay at home and watch SpongeBob? The pit was just a fancy nickname for the forest reserve, which was generally used for nature walks during the day. But me and Sam went there solely for the sake of a shortcut home. I began walking about half a block down when I see more houses without their lights on. Screw this, I'm going home. I eventually approached the pit while beating myself over the head for not leaving at the same time as Sam. As I entered the pit, I instantly had second thoughts of taking the longer route, as this route seemed nothing short of irresponsible and dangerous. I ultimately decided to man up and continue walking through the pit, as I didn't want to prolong my already dreadful night. Why the hell did I have to take this route? I can barely see anything. I knew I should have dressed up as a skateboarder. I would have been home already. I remember the pit being so dark to the point where I could virtually see nothing except for whatever my cell phone light was illuminating. What the hell was that?
In the next 60 seconds, I'm going to show you the fastest path to escape the rat race and begin to make a serious income online. Don't believe...
I began walking faster as I could hear faint sounds of what sounded like a maniac clown laughing. What the hell? Who's there? Who's there? At this point, I was so petrified I instinctively dropped my candy due to the adrenaline rush flowing through my body. I couldn't care less about the candy, as I genuinely felt like my life was in danger. Ah!
that's when I saw the source of the laughter standing a few feet in front of me. It was a man dressed as the Joker from the Batman movie I saw previously. He honestly looked like an exact replica of Heath Ledger's with a hint of blood on his costume. What made this more disturbing was how casual his demeanor was. He just stood there smiling at me like my appearance was amusing to him. I didn't want to express the fear I felt internally, so I tried to playfully marvel at his costume and say, "Hey there, I really like your Joker costume." No matter how hard I tried to keep a composed poker face, my body language and mannerisms couldn't help but show the fear that bled inside of me. He then took a couple steps closer to me as I began to cautiously take a few steps backwards. Hey man, what the hell do you want from me? Why so serious? Happy Halloween. The man surprisingly walks past me while I watch him in complete shock. What the hell was that? Was that some real-life Joker? At this point, I continued walking home while looking back every 2 seconds to make sure the man wasn't lurking behind me. I eventually make it home and watch a couple of YouTube videos, trying to forget the creepy encounter that just took place. That's when my dad pops into my room and asks me to answer the house phone. Hey, Mark, answer the house phone. Hello?
Hey, Mark, is Sam still with you?
That's when I felt my heart drop to my stomach. No, he left to go home way before I did.
Oh my god, why would you leave without him? He's not even home!
Sam's parents end up calling the police, which resulted in an entire block search party. What came of such an innocent Halloween night turned into a nightmare. Sam's remains were eventually found in the pit, with his face lacerated into an exaggerated smile, and his head decapitated from his body. I haven't trick-or-treated since, and I still live with the regret of not leaving at the same time as my friend. I informed law enforcement about the bizarre encounter with the man I saw that night. Call it speculation or whatever you want, but I know the death of my friend Sam had something to do with that sick man. Or should I say, the Joker.
My god, why did you take my son from me? Why, God? God, why? Why did you take my son from me?
Police are looking for any witnesses to come forward in the connection of a deadly homicide of a teen. The victim's remains were found at the local park observatory. The suspect is described to be approximately 6 feet tall, Caucasian, and was last seen wearing purple attire with a green vest and tie. Police say the suspect is described to have face paint imitating the Joker from the blockbuster hit The Dark Knight. If anyone has any tips, please contact your local law enforcement and you shall remain anonymous. Alright, Karen, back to you.
Then they got a couple. Oh, that's the Joker that's Santa right there on that TV.
Trick or treat! Well, happy Halloween, Batman. Batman.
Oh, that was him.
That's it? Lame. Get the hell off my property, you ungrateful twerps!
Oh, that was him. Still laughing. Shut up, man. I like when they put their stories. I like when they will flash back and see who really was the person. I'll be like, what? This whole time that was him, and I'll be like, dang, that's messed up. Okay, so wansee entertainment, which one I always react to, but I just messed it up because I'm like, I'm doing so many YouTubes, but I'm gonna stop reacting to music like that because it always say I'm copyrighting, but I just be like, yeah, let me do the react to scary stuff and like play games like I usually do. Okay, true. So we're gonna download another.
My family is a small farm here in Kirkwood, upstate New York. We grow a few veggies, keep a few chickens, nothing too spectacular, but it's home and we love it. But a little while ago, back in early 2019, we got woken up by something in the middle of the night that scared the absolute life out of us. We have this big front yard with flower beds and a big lawn, and that's where we keep the chickens and the dog too. So me, my mom, and my dad were all sleeping one night when we were woken up by this huge crash in the front yard. I can hear our dog barking really, really loud and violently before there's like this yelping sound from it and he goes quiet. I walk out into the hallway and see my dad storming out of my parents' bedroom, rushing down the stairs to get his shotgun. Me and my mom were about to follow him outside to get a look at whatever was going on, but he yells at us to call the cops, stay inside, and not follow him under any circumstances. My dad grabs the phone and I rush back into my bedroom to watch from the window. As soon as I look out, I see this car that's smashed through the fence of our yard and torn up a section of our lawn. It's obviously really dark out, and the car's headlights are only lighting up a section of our yard, so I can't really see much outside of the beams. But I do see something that absolutely breaks my heart. It's our dog, lying on the front lawn, not moving at all. He looked really hurt. Something had really, really messed him up. But given that he was barking after the actual smash of the car, it couldn't have been the impact that hurt him so bad. Something else entirely. What I saw next was only because my dad had this little light attached to the end of his shotgun. He starts shining it around the front yard as I hear my mom calling 911 in the hallway, telling them that something horrible had happened at our address and for them to come as quickly as they could. Then my dad shines the shotgun light over towards the chicken coop, and I saw something that I continue to see in my nightmares for a long time to come. It was a man, completely naked from head to toe, kneeling among torn-out feathers and broken bodies, and he was sinking his teeth into the flesh of a still-living chicken that he held tight in his grip. Every time he bit into the chicken, it would flap and shake, making the most awful screeching noises as he tore more raw flesh from its body. My dad racked a shell into the chamber and started screaming at the guy to get out of the chicken coop. But the guy barely listens at first, just carries on ripping this big brown chicken apart with his bare hands and teeth. And by the time he does actually start listening to my dad, God, it was horrible. He looked right into the light of the shotgun so that his face was perfectly lit up, and he smiled. There was blood and feathers all over his face and chin. He looked monstrous, totally insane, eyes bulging out of their sockets. I think even to this day, it's probably the most terrifying thing I'd ever seen. I started banging on the window and begging my dad to come back inside. I was so scared the guy was going to attack him or something, and if he did, that Dad would shoot him. And I know it's maybe a little lame of me, but I just didn't want to see any of that. I was already distraught from seeing our dog just lying there.
This is after what I'm doing YouTube.
Lifeless on the lawn, and I know I wouldn't be able to handle it if anything had happened to my dad. Luckily, the guy didn't bother doing anything to my dad at first. I think he was just so blinded by the light of the shotgun that he just sort of stared into the flashlight, hypnotized by it for a few seconds. But he soon rose up off of his knees, that bloody, twitching chicken still in his grip, and started to make a move towards my dad. As soon as he did, the sound of Dad's shotgun rang out as he fired a shot above the guy's head. But the guy hardly flinched. That's when I realized he must have been on some kind of drug or something, maybe meth or PCP or whatever. He didn't seem scared at all by the fact that he'd almost had his head blown off, but it was definitely enough to put him off from straight up attacking my dad. He just carried on smiling, though, kneeling back down among the chickens as he carried on ripping them apart. It felt like an hour before I finally saw the red and blue flashing lights of the cop cars coming down the road. But from what I learned later, it was only a couple of minutes before they actually arrived, since they happened to have a unit in the area already down highway patrol. When they arrested the guy, he got really crazy, and they had to actually use their tasers, which had little effect at first, and pepper spray on the guy just to get him on the ground. We later found out that the guy, named John Many, was actually from Florida, that there had been a manhunt for him, and he'd somehow gotten all the way up to New York State using stolen cars and hiding himself away in trucks. We weren't the only place he'd attacked either, since he actually killed another dog on a different farm, maybe less than 2 miles away from us. That was definitely the most terrifying thing I'd ever woken up to in the middle of the night, by a long shot too. Thankfully, our dog survived.
Oh. What that dog was? No copyright. I ain't trying to copyright. No. That's why y'all need to subscribe to Jessie K. Because when I started like watching one of her videos, she said that was a copyright because when she was reacting to one of those stories, it showed one of their music. So I'm like, no, that's a copyright. So no. And no.
Good soldiers dying for nothing. All because they couldn't see the future.
Can I try it? Sure. Now is exactly the time not to.
Yeah, shut up.
It happened not long ago. So I was walking on the road, and suddenly I was blamed by a stranger because I didn't have my dog on a leash. But the ridiculous fact is that the dog wasn't mine. I was just walking side by side with a dog I don't know. One day, I was walking along the street with my friend. Maybe his stomach was a little upset. He farted on the road suddenly, and an old lady who was selling vegetables at a street stall said, "Holy moly, the lettuce is gonna rot." This is what I actually went through a few days ago. I bumped into a drunken man while passing by on the street. All of a sudden, he was trying to hit me and shouted at me. Of course, I couldn't do anything in panic, but then a man suddenly walked out of the back. It was obvious the man was really buff. He then approached the man and said, "Dude, you can tell that this man is kinda lacking, people. You gonna keep bothering him?" He cursed the drunken guy, telling him to do the same thing to him, and the drunken guy eventually ran away. He then asked me if I was alright. However, being daunted, I had to act like I was a really lacking person and went back home. When I first met my husband, we were eating chopped noodles at a Korean restaurant.
There really ain't even no scary stuff.
When he lifted my plate and took some noodles out of my bowl, I could see his hands were shaking. And it got a lot worse as he put the bowl in front of me. Is he nervous? What a pure guy, I was thinking. I began to like him, and we ended up getting married like that.
That sounds gay.
However, it was just my illusion. It was his withdrawal symptoms. Yes, alcoholism. It's just ridiculous. Every time I see him, I get angry. We have a bidet, maybe about 10 years old, at our house. And one day, while using the restroom,
now right there,
twinge of sensation came up to my body when my butt suddenly reached the toilet cover. It caused a short circuit. I almost died while I was having a...
Yeah, shut up, nasty freaking bum. I'm skipping that. Nah, never mind.
So I went to my dad, who was watching TV in the living room. Daddy, I think we need to fix this or change to another one. What if someone gets an electric shock? But when he listened to me, he snorted and said, I know way better than you. People don't die easily for that reason. When I got angry and told them that I was almost electrocuted and almost died, Dad suddenly got up and shouted as he headed to the bathroom. Nah, it happens sometimes. Don't be a chicken. I was watching a TV program and I heard a loud pop in the restroom after a while. Surprised, I ran to the restroom. I could see the fluorescent light was broken and my trembling dad, who was sitting on the toilet. Just before he got a ticket for the Styx River, I separated him from the toilet and he stopped shaking in a short time. Dad was about to cry and told me calmly, well, I guess we have to fix it. Fortunately, he was fine. I took Dad to the hospital and the doc told me that he wasn't hurt at all. You know, people never listen to other people until they experience it themselves.
How your toilet gonna have electric? That's stupid. How your toilet gonna have electric?
No plans tonight?
Spend time with someone new.
Chat, live stream, and listen with Spoon. Download now.
Embarrassing. You are so embarrassed. Cause you supposed to click on something scary. We don't like bullcrap.
This story took place months ago. I had a friend. Let me just call his name as Cheese while I'm telling the story. So whenever Cheese and I got bored in those days, we usually went to the forest to discover new routes and places near our houses. Sometimes we reached a gated property and we entered the property through the forest. It was so much fun to see that the security guard didn't know that we were coming in and going out. However, this incident changed everything, and we never went to another place since that day. One day it was kind of late on that day and we were riding our bike as usual. The sky got darker and darker and we passed through the forest, bushes, and unpaved roads. The forest was so thick that we could hardly see any source of light. Thanks to my mom, she had told me to take my phone with me and I could move forward, turning on the flashlight. Then all of a sudden we heard a rustling noise in the bushes. We stopped and both turned our eyes to it. Cheese stared at me with shivering eyes and said, Hey, why don't we just go back? I don't know what gave me the courage to say, but we're almost halfway, I guess. Let's go forward. So we began to move again, riding our bike. But Cheese suddenly stopped and I could see the frightened look on his face. I also stopped at the spot and looked where his eyes were headed. Something was in front of us. My mouth was wide open when I saw an old man standing alone and muttering something. We couldn't hear anything, but we could read his lip movements in the bright light of the fire he set around. Then Cheese pointed his finger at something. I noticed that something was wrong. There were someone's skulls forming a circle around him. You can't imagine how I got terrified at that time. It was impossible for us to run away because the old man was blocking our way. He slowly turned his body toward us and said something like this.
We need some more sacrifice.
Then he pulled out his pocket knife and ran toward us. I knew I had to think fast. Screaming, I took my helmet off and threw it at his face. and Cheese grabbed a big stone on the road and threw it at him at the same time. He dodged my helmet, but fortunately the stone got him accurately. He hit his head hard by the stone and fell down on the road. And we turned our cycles back and drove off as fast as we could without looking back. The next day we checked that same place, but neither the man nor the circle of skulls remained. We've kept this story secret, but to this day, I always think of the same thing. What would have happened to me if Cheese hadn't have thrown that stone at the old man? Who was he? And what was he doing? I have no idea.
No, he would have killed him. And if I was Cheese, I would run in like a rat. That's what I would do.
Hey, I'm Talon, and this is Rumpus, and I'm going to show you how to start an online t-shirt business. Let's go. First, go to Shopify.com and start a free trial.
Yeah. Dang, the call. This a long story. This better be that good then if it's going to be a long.
When I was 9, I was staying home alone.
Nah, long one.
It was early morning, and I had just gotten out of the shower and brushed my teeth. I put on my favorite outfit, set up a little area in the living room with a drink and a snack, and then turned on the TV to watch something. The phone rang. I went across the house to go answer it. The voice on the other end was, well, really familiar and really comforting for me. He asked me about my day so far, and he made small talk. After about a minute or so, he then said,
I like your outfit. Is pink your favorite color?
I replied back with, oh, thank you. No, it isn't.
What were you planning on watching on TV?
He asked. It took me a few seconds to understand what was happening, as I was only 9 years old and very naive. The voice on the other end of the phone then changed. It became deep and raspy and horrific. The voice then proceeded to describe all these horrible things that they wanted to do to me, and in detail. I went numb. My skin felt as if it were on fire, and my heart was racing. I had never been more terrified in my entire life. I slammed down the phone, and then I called my mom at work. I tried to explain what happened, and I'm not sure I was making much sense. She got on to me for answering the phone, and she told me to go back about my day. I remember trying to explain to her that he was watching me, and that he told me what I had been doing, and that he knew what I was wearing. I also mentioned that I was going to call 911 because I needed help. That isn't necessary. I'm not coming home. Just don't answer the phone and go watch TV, she said, and then I hung up. I was really confused and I was scared. I could feel his eyes on me. I pulled the curtains closed and I raced around the house, torn between doing what I felt was right and doing what I had been told by my mother. This whole time the phone was ringing. The second it would stop, it would just start up yet again. The sound of the phone ringing would pulse through my entire body like electricity.
No.
It was practically paralyzing me.
Answer that phone.
It was like I was frozen but also on fire at the same time.
I don't care.
I waited for a pause in the ringing and called 911. I'm home by myself and I'm 9 years old and someone's watching me and telling me they're gonna kill me. I told the operator.
Real Steel. Find yours.
I was about like, if that's the same.
Nothing says supper like a big turkey dinner.
Slow roasted turkey, just $7.99 at Bob Evans.
She tried to keep me calm and she said that she would send help for me. I remember standing there listening to this kind voice just trying to help me, but I could feel every scary movie scenario just playing out behind me. Was he creeping up behind me with a knife? Was he going to shoot me through a window? Was he going to throw a rock through the glass and open the door? I just didn't know. I couldn't breathe and I couldn't feel my body. In a moment of panic, I set off the alarm to the house and ran outside. I remember this sense of relief, but also this...
This dude's stupid. Because if how gonna be a knife, and how gonna be somebody behind her and a knife, but you can't even hear him at the back because he's not even in the house. He's looking at your window.
Overwhelming feeling of having a separation in my reality. The house felt small and dark and really dangerous and cold. Outside felt open, as well as safe and warm. I could hear lawnmowers and the sounds of birds chirping. It was a beautiful break from that bone-chilling feeling of the phone.
Okay.
It was like I was watching a movie and I could see myself experience both of these environments at the same time. A neighbor was pushing his child in a swing. He was concerned. He let me stand next to him and he protected me. I could hear the sirens now, the blaring sound getting louder as they grew closer. It felt like it took an eternity, but the police finally arrived. An officer walked over to me and he asked me what happened. I did my best to explain it, but so many of the words on the phone that were used were just so embarrassing. I couldn't bring myself to use such adult words to a police officer. And his other words were just bone-chilling. I couldn't say those either. To this day, I can still hear my young voice repeating the words. He was watching me. He said he was going to kill me. Not long after, my mom's car pulled into the driveway. She, for some reason, decided to come home. She didn't look for me or come to speak to me. She just calmly got out and then walked over to the police officer. I was standing in the doorway from the house to the garage, just facing the driveway. I could see my mom and the police officer. I was watching and trying to understand, trying to figure out what was happening. Then I saw it. She was laughing. My face was swollen from tears, my heart still racing, and my skin was on fire. And my mom was laughing? What the hell was going on? Very slowly, I crept a little closer, and I then overheard. I'm so sorry about this. I guess she just got scared being home alone.
I think it's her. Because the very beginning, when he said it sounded like a very familiar voice, that gotta be her. Cause why she
And overreacted. I'm really sorry. What the hell's happening? What did I do wrong? Did I imagine this? Was this a dream? Should I not have called 911? Did I actually overreact? My memory of what happened after that is a little hazy. I remember refusing to stay home alone and the sound of the phone ringing just rippling through my body. It wasn't something I liked discussing. I refused to repeat what had been said to me by the voice on the phone. My mom decided that she knew who did it, but she didn't even know the details. There was no investigation. No one was questioned. She told me it was a boy who was the same age as me who lived across the street. I knew that was impossible, but no matter how much I protested it, I was always told that it was him. Many years later, after I was an adult with my own children, we were at Christmas. Everyone was in the living room and I had gone into the back bedroom to change a diaper. As I was walking out of the room and back into the living room, I could hear my mom laughing, her voice as if she had been telling a joke. The faces of everyone else in the room told a different story. Discomfort, anguish, shock, fear, yet she was still laughing. It felt as if I was walking in slow motion. One of my older children had actually stopped me from entering the living room and sort of pushed me back into the room that I had just come out of. She just told the story of you being home alone and the man threatening to kill you. She told it like it was a joke or something. Like some funny story from your childhood. My child told me. To this day, I never learned who it was that called me. I deal with my fear of ringing phones. The faces of everyone else. As I was walking out of the room and back into the living room, I could hear my mom laughing. Her voice as if she had been telling a joke. The faces of everyone else in the room told a different story. Discomfort, anguish, shock, fear, yet she was still laughing.
It's 4 people. It's 4 people looking like that. It's gotta be her. I feel like she pretending like she is a dude. And then acting like somebody gonna come. Cause why she make a joke and then laugh? Cause she gotta have the same voice.
It felt as if I was walking in slow motion. One of my older children had actually stopped me from entering the living room and sort of pushed me back into the room that I had just come out of. She just told the story of you being home alone and the man threatening to kill you. She told it like it was a joke or something. Like some funny story from your childhood. My child told me. To this day, I never learned who it was that called me. I deal with my fear of ringing phones and phone conversations on a daily basis. It's awful.
Hey, no. It's the mall. It's the mall. I'm not tripping. It's the mall. That man on the road. Okay, so I don't know if this is the last one, but I still want to react to some more.
There's a road that I always drive through for work day after day. Although it was a quiet place, I didn't pay much attention to it, as it has always a few cars on the road.
Okay.
However, something started to bother me at some point. There was a man standing on the same side of the road almost every day with no expression. Late at night or early daybreak, it hasn't been long since I noticed he was always in the same place in all weather. So one day, I talked to my colleague about the man, and he suddenly said, "He seemed like a very famous man around that place. But you know what? No matter where you see him, you will always see his face from the front. No one has literally seen his back or even his side. Moreover, there are, strangely, many accidents on that road. So everyone says that's a curse from that dude. For now, everyone just passes him on the road and ignores him." I suddenly became curious about him. That day on my way back home from work, I was driving on the road where the man stood. And the man was standing there as usual and looking straight at me. As I was passing the side of him, I turned my head to see him sideways, but he was already staring at me straight in his face. Now I passed the man and looked into the side mirror to see his back, but still, he was looking at me straight. It made me feel creepy enough. After I arrived at home, another curiosity sprang up. So he kept staring at me, but I couldn't really see him moving. He definitely moved when I just took my eyes off for a moment. Then what happens if I keep staring at the man without taking my eyes off of him? The next day, I headed to the same place. It was time to put the way I thought yesterday into practice. And he surely stood in the same places, staring straight at me. I began to keep my eyes on him from the moment I first saw him and watched him until the moment I passed by. And of course, when I didn't take my eyes off him, he didn't look back at me either. The side of the mystery man began to be seen little by little, and I noticed that it was no different from the other ordinary person. But I felt excited like a child who had just discovered the hidden treasure. Besides, it would be perfect if I see his backside last. I had already turned my head 180 degrees and looked back dangerously before I knew it. I couldn't see the back well, so I was trying to turn back, putting my hands off the steering wheel. Now the back of him was finally seen by my eyes. Being satisfied, I was about to exclaim, and at that moment, bang! Then I suddenly lost my mind. When I woke up again, I was lying in the hospital, and fortunately I was not seriously hurt though. What a stupid. Why did I do that? Was I possessed by something? While thinking about those things, a man in a police uniform knocked on the door of the room and came inside. "Hi, I came here to hear what happened to you yesterday." So I frankly confessed that I had acted rashly to see the back of the man standing on the road and admitted that the accident had happened. I told him that I don't know why I suddenly thought so. Just then, the cop who was listening to me without saying anything said to me, and that one sentence that he had told me still remained in my head long after the incident. Since that day, I've been avoiding the road wherever I go to work or come back home. Shoot, that dude didn't take you this time.
So the car was him? Wow. I know this had been like almost an hour right now. Alright. So, more short films. Ugh, Arthur, come on now. You made this look ugly. You made this child look ugly. Look at him. Look. This child smack. This child is ugly.
Just kind of, they're more for intimidation.
What's up?
Any question?
Ew!
There's no need to be grossed out. You'll find them in a lot of different crops. And remember, they're no danger to humans.
One of the real deals.
Unlike this little bugger.
Said he was playing around with his friends and got a twig stuck in his ear. Believe it or not, I have seen this before. No. Don't be worried about anything. It's just boys being boys.
Ain't no boys there, but... Oh, that kid a little creepy already. I smell
But none of that's true. Back here, are very docile creatures. And they don't actually want to mess with you, so we don't mess with them. Just kidding. Again, they are just fine.
You just see what that little boy's drawing.
Actually,
I had a book. I got a block. I'm blocked. They're just showing nasty stuff. What you put a middle finger at class? He probably hit on the friend.
Psycho. What? Do you think your mommy was going to be down here? Hey! I'm talking to you, freak! Maybe I need to clear out your ears so you can hear me.
Watch out for Willie.
I know it's two of me talking, but you know how nasty that sounds. And you know how
Why you gotta do that to me, Arthur? Come on now. Arthur, why? Arthur. Come on, why? Just why? Why? Why you gotta do that to me, Arthur? They get punched. Bro, I thought her face was... started out like this. Now for real, I see one more. They stuff be looking like movie like. I wish they stuff was like movie.
May I have a glass of water? I don't really know you watch that. I don't really watch that. Close and then open my door. It's Pennywise. It's Pennywise. It could be something. What just happened?
is about to happen? What is she putting her in for? Whatever's about to happen to spare her out her own. I know I did not just always do that. They will always put a good scary movie, but they will always put a little dee 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 dee. Like, what the heck? Who does that in scary movies? Huh? Who made them do that? These suckers is dumb. Who made them even be like that? Don't peek. You better not peek. Better not peek. Better not peek. Better not peek. You better not peek. Before that monster make you go to sleep. Well, it's going to if you peek. I wouldn't be like. I wouldn't be like. I wouldn't be like that. Or I wouldn't be like. I would be taking off and running. Or I would just. 1 second. Okay, skip that for 30 seconds. And plus, I don't know what that game was, but please do not kill that Nintendo Switch, games. Kill this Nintendo Switch. I don't like this story. Oh, she playing Animal Crossing. I don't like that game. Cause it's like, it looks like a baby's game. See? What I got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Fortnite, YouTube, and Rocket League. But yeah, but I ain't about to play it. Y'all tripping? Y'all suckers thought I was gonna play it? No, not right now. Well, look at that. Play a baby game too much. Play a scary game. The ghost will kill you. He'll be like, yeah, yeah, he will do that. I'm pretty sure a ghost like demons. I know they like scary stuff mostly because it's like, ain't no mostly. They just like. Ooh, if you look dead at it and you just see something like that, I would be like, I would have turned that game off so hard, and I would have threw that. I would have kicked that joy sideways. I mean, you playing Animal Crossing. Is that somebody that dead? That she knew? No. What is that? What is that right there? That little white thingy right there? I know what I saw. That gun. Oh, that's our Nintendo Switch. My bad. I ain't trying to scare y'all like that. Oh, she really playing a game into her. What the? That is live. I wonder why she started smiling. He got ghosts in her game. That's absolutely her. Animal Crossing, you can't do this. It's a baby game. It's a baby game. They can't do that. That's like saying make it into a scary game, into a baby game. They ain't even supposed to be for little kids. Now they make it as adults. Man, you don't get up in that Switch and you about to fight with that character. What am I? Big Sub-Zero, Katana, like something. Luke Cage, Scorpion, Johnny Cage, something. You gotta pick. See, go ahead and play with your Switch. Play with it. I got you. Alright, I'ma control her right now. Okay, so this is my room. I'm beating up this ghost up. He just hit me with the 1-2. Hold on, real quick. Oh, and I just killed him. So go in. Your turn. So I killed my ghost. If that game can't ever do that, bro, I'ma download that game. I don't care. I'm downloading that game. If that game can ever make your own room and turn the lights off and stuff, I'm getting that room. I'm getting this game. I don't care how much it costs. It could be $100, more than that new Call of Duty. I'm like, yeah, let me get that game right now. If that can ever do that, yes. I saw that. Go ahead and play with your Switch. Use the camera like Friday Night at Freddy's. Oh, this girl's stupid. It's sitting right there in your face. Like, you gonna sit there? Or you ain't gonna do it? Yeah, go ahead and play with your Switch. Come on, thank you. Come on. I got you. Woo! You might as well stop playing the game right now. Smack it with a piano. Smack it with that. Ooh, turn the light. Go ahead and play with your Switch. Come on, you got this, girl. You got this. Come on. We gon' come on, you got this. Come on. I'm not even playing, I'm doing all this. Come on, I got you. It's 2-player. It's 2-player on the line. I can help you. Oh, you can't just... Nah, don't just keep looking at the switch. Look at anywhere. Like, do this. Ain't a... I know, I'm gonna be like... I'm taking off. You think you safe forever? Bro, I love that story because when she just started playing with her switch, I didn't even realize. If you do anything to that switch, I don't like that story. Okay, he didn't break it. Okay. I was about to say, if you break that switch, I'm gonna break his neck. Spotlight. I love that switch story. I love it. That was probably one of the best ones. Dang, we be acting till this like an hour now. That YouTuber girl Jessie K, she the one that said it was a copyright from the Wansee Entertainment music speak. Cause every time you finish with that story, so it would do that until it get a copyright. Let me shut up. Shut up. Ooh. What made you even go at this dark night at this time? I would have ran. I would have be running. I would not be walking that slow. Especially if you heard one sound, I would have be walking fast. Like, I would not be taking, I would be running until I go right in the house, lock your door, lock your window, close all the curtains. And it's a car too, somebody can kick in that easy. You say you want to run? We're like, no, my house right there. No, I ain't like I'm gonna go back and run. What's wrong? Run! You don't run. Take a shortcut. I don't know what's the point of standing right there. You know, that person. CPU will be weird. Oh, I had to crack my neck because I'll keep looking down. I'm so sorry. I wish I was on live. That would be better. Yeah, I would be like, and I would see who watching my videos. So I'm gonna just lay down on my bed until well, I thought I saw a gray face. Okay, this good. This way.
Are you okay? We were just messing around.
I'm fine. I saw you at the party.
Yeah, she fine. Just stop and just keep.
I know, I saw you too.
What you doing.
Do you want to ride? You shouldn't be walking out here by yourself.
That's true, but you can't trust him at the same time.
It's got a killer combat system. You can't call it a combat system if it does the same thing over and over. It's the best RPG out there.
This girl need to die. This girl need to die. What make her even go in the car? I don't care how nice they is. I don't care if they got a PS5 or Xbox Series X in that car. You gonna have to get a hardest box and throw it at the floor. Then I pick it up. But still, you gonna have to throw it where I'm is. But I'm just saying, even though they would sound nice, even though they kind of, even though you even know them, like as a friend, don't even still trust them. Even though I'm really pretty sure they're not gonna do that. But only thing you can do that as a family, your cousin, your uncle, your everything, y'all. That's all you gotta do.
Graphics are total shit. How would you know? You only ever play WoW.
But watch this. I bet you this story gonna be like, when they walk past her home, she gonna be like, hey, my home right there. They gonna still drive until they wanna go somewhere.
Where are you going? Just go straight through. It's 3 blocks down.
I know where you live, Jess. I have to get Pete home for curfew, but I will drop you off next. Later. Do you want to come sit up here? You can choose the music.
That'd be funny if he just took off on or if he was an Uber driver, yeah, for sure. And they better not be thinking they're like, yeah, because I'm like, I don't need you. I'm walking.
What are you doing?
I want to show you something.
Why she can't just call it?
I really have to get home. My mom's gonna kill me. Oh, come on.
Why she couldn't just call the Uber before she could have just walked in?
What is this place?
Some old camp. I'm glad I ran into you tonight.
Yeah, me too.
How come we never hang out anymore?
I don't know. I guess we're just in different groups now.
Cause she don't know you. Like, sucker, don't ask her no question like that. She don't know you like that.
But she don't.
What are you doing out here? This is private property.
Sorry, officer, we didn't realize. We were just leaving.
Everything okay, miss?
I'm just trying to go home.
Would you like me to bring you home?
Now that face, that how he just looked really sus. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, get out, you freaking dumb.
So, you been drinking tonight? Don't worry, I'm not gonna bust you. Believe it or not, I was young once too.
Just a few beers.
Well, all right then. You know, if you were my daughter, I wouldn't want you out looking.
I have a feeling that
you know,
dude gonna kill that cop.
Someone like him, really can't trust boys that age.
Cause he little sus, that's
Only
why.
got one thing on their minds.
He little sus, that's why.
I only live a few minutes away. In case you want to take a second, settle down, clean yourself up.
I know what this dude says.
It's this house here.
You said you live down by the brook.
No, East Garden.
You know, maybe I should talk to your parents after all. They home?
No, my mom's away.
I don't like liars. Are you a liar?
No?
Well, come on now.
Over on Rockland.
Looks like we'll have to finish this some other time. Have a good night now. Be safe.
So it's our house right here. That's our house here, right? Is there somebody right here? This whole time she was not walking without no shoes. Oh, that's that same truck. a scary movie, but the 3 men you meet at night. Okay, that was the story. That was good. That was good. I loved it. But, snake eyes. This better not be sick. I'm not watching all of it. Because they look like the meaning of it. Snake eyes. That's creepy. I don't care how boring it is, it's stupid it is. That dude was ugly. That little boy was smacked. Oh, that's baby. Baby, I'm about to unsubscribe out there right now. If I even hear a baby DQ, and I'm unsubscribed. Man, you don't run in that room. What's wrong with you? Oh, shoot, I see him. I see him. I see him. I see him. I see that little boy. Ooh, she is stupid. look for that yo baby. She need to look for her baby. She ain't like a bad mother. What tears moving? Why she ain't watching her jail, huh? Why you ain't watching your jail? Stupid. Alright, we gonna watch one more. Alright. So, somebody named Dylan Clark. And it's called Behind the Frame. Good. I like one of these stories behind the frame. Show a Nintendo Switch. It shows Nintendo Switch. It shows Nintendo Switch. It shows Nintendo Switch. I love my Nintendo Switch. Like, this is Nintendo Switch. Let me stop here. Stupidness. Dang, I be going like hours. I know I have been going by like hours. Not just hours. Ooh, something gonna be scary. Something gonna be scary. Something gonna be scary. Something gonna be scary. Or the same room. That's the same room. I don't hope it ain't that loud. So she didn't get that picture. Ooh, don't scare me. I hope that picture don't come out or something. Come on now. Please. Ooh, I saw that. I'm not. Ooh. Hey, I would stop if I was her. She better stop. She better stop right now. Cause no pictures no pictures alive. Ain't no, because this power was back in the day is dead. If that knife come out, she's just comparing stuff. Oh no! If I see that, if I see that body over there, bruh, that's impossible. That's impossible. That's impossible. Hell. That's impossible. If that was back in the day, there ain't no way that can't be in the... Girl, you better watch out. She better watch out. She better watch out. So the body's still over there? You better not put that in there, you stupid. You better not put that body over there. If she done, she did put that body. Ain't no freaking way. Ooh, ooh. Bruh, if she do that, she is so dumb. I'm not even gonna lie, she is so dumb. No, why would you take in that dark room or that dark closet, dark bathroom? Oh my God, she tripping. She tripping. She's so tripping. What is she doing? Get out the house. And she... Okay. I was about to say... Nah. Ah! There's somebody right there. There's somebody right there. Oh, that is ugly. That is ugly. You gotta look behind you. What is you doing? I'm getting good. That's not right. That is not right for them to do that. No. That's not right. They ain't right. They ain't supposed to do that. They is like out the chain. So you turn that or that gun. Oh, somebody gonna yank her. She just died. That's what I'm saying. She being so stupid. Cause if she know, I gotta subscribe to him. I got to. Dylan Clark. Thank you. I just want to say thank you, Dylan Clark. Who else? Making of home movies. Cause I'm literally about to watch his stuff now. But though they kind of old, trap type. I said trap type.
Hey, I'm Talon, and this is Rumpus, and I'm going to show you how to start an online t-shirt business. Let's go. First, go to Shopify.
I tap on that ghost. I'm gonna touch him like a butt. I'm like, I ain't mean to hit my phone like that, but I'm sorry. Oh, let me put that. Ooh, that scared me. That scared me and went all the way back. But he pulled the curtains up. Okay. Flashlight up. Why can't you just flashlight? Don't stick your head out. Somebody could pull you out. No way! He just locked the door. Why is he trying to? I don't know why ghosts has hunted people before, but it's not like they ain't killed them unless they did in the secret. Like pretending like they didn't do it. They're gonna yank him back. You know that dude is dead. He's dead. He's not coming back alive. He's dead. He's dead. Dead. I'm so happy. Dead. Oh, let me stop. But why But I don't get it because of smiling woman. Nah, Corey reacted to that, so I saw that one too. Goose. Okay.
Bueno, gente, esto es Ali Academy tirándote nueva data para mejorar tus producciones.
Oh, my bad. I thought it was just a little commercial playing on the I thought it was so I was just like, I thought it was just pretending like it was a scary. Okay, let me shut up.
Hola.
Hola, amor, ¿cómo vas?
¿Qué haces, amor? Acá descansando un poquito, haciéndome un café.
Bueno, buenísimo. Oye, ¿viste que una seguidora nos escribió por algo que vio en el video, algo raro?
¿Ah, sí? Mirá. No, igual viste que la cámara es dirigida.
I'm sorry. If I could have speed that, that'd be Halloween Horror Story. There it goes. She was crazy.
Oh. You're tall. Well, happy Halloween. Oh, I'm out of candy.
I don't know you out of candy.
I can just run out to the store and get some more if you want to come back.
Look, darken your place now.
Cool. Let's go count it.
Ooh, this getting scary. It's like I'm watching a movie right now. Why they just went under her and then just like make her be invisible? Now at that point, that was fun. There's basically a live stream I'm doing.
Looking for someone new to talk to? Connect with a stranger on Soooo. Chat and live stream using your voice.
Thank you. Dang, that's how we starting off already.
Okay.
Like we already just start the
shit.
Put the food in. See, she.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
He up there standing. He don't. Oh. That's all he just doing.
Oh my God! Honey, you almost just gave me a heart attack. Creepy mask. But I kind of like it. Jesus. Here, take these bags, would you? You just wouldn't believe the day I've had. I've had John trying to delay the deposition. I've just never seen everyone so stressed. And now Linda is saying that we have to have it filed by June.
Oh, she is stupid.
You know, if you're just gonna stand there and watch in that weird costume, can you at least help me chop the veggies? You cut these, now let me take a shower. Don't overdo it now. I want them chopped, not minced.
No, bro. If I even see something like that, I'm turning on. Okay, I'll do this. I don't care how cool it is. But if I see something, I'm doing it. If he even shows something, I'm doing it.
Honey, is that you? Could you do me a favor and pass me that towel? Hello?
Okay, I'm glad they showing up. Okay, I'm glad.
Come on, don't just stand there. Pass me the towel. Please, it's simple. I just want the towel.
Thank you, God, because I would have turned that off right now. I would have turned that off if I would have saw something.
You can sit down now, Mr. Creepy Mask. Come on, sit down. So how's work been for you, honey?
Just bop your lead.
So, is this costume some sort of like role-playing thing?
Just bop your
It's kind of weird, but I like it. At least try the food, honey. You must be hungry. Fair enough. You want to be weird, I can be weird. Just let me finish eating first, because I'm starving.
Yeah, I go with you.
So, is this some kind of like kinky fantasy? Or a joke? Or a game?
Because he would not wear no costume like that.
Well, kind of like it, mister. It kind of turns me on. I think I'll go into the bedroom and slip into something a little more comfortable.
He gonna grab her arms and flip her like that and stab her.
Meet me in there, Mr. Rugged Mask Man. Don't take too long, big guy.
That girl gotta be drunk, cause how you don't see that bloody door? She thought that was her husband the whole time because he would have automatically talked if that was him. The pretty thing. Oh, they ain't pretty. That's smack.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is Doc. He's posted photos of his dog wearing hats.
How many times on my live stream keep showing this? Why does it keep showing that? And now it's at the bottom with the different controllers. Now I want the green different controllers now.
Times, but he would never think about recommending a bank to his friends until now. First Financial has all the banking technology he needs.
Or get it. Cause I'ma see if I can really do that like it would do. I know that's not true. Still. Cause people on YouTube, that would have been like, that's the best game. Some of them. That's me for real. Just testing my phone to my friends, and when I'm sitting on my bed, like I'm doing right now, I'll just be like, "Woo! I see it. I see it about like 6 times. I see it. Liars. Man, you don't get a Tesla, be like, hey Tesla, turn off all the lights on. Right now. Right now. If I told you to do it right now. Okay. Ooh, that's not a pretty thing. Why are they making this story called a pretty thing? That ain't no pretty thing. That's a scary thing. lift up everything. How ain't gonna be everything light soon when she just lift her head up? Oh, too cold. I'm too cold and sleep around all day.
Tessa.
Rocket League? Oh, that's funny. No, I just said a little sad, stupid stuff. Her head off. What? He just said, ding. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, that's ugly, right? That's that.
Go, little car, go! Get that contactless curbside pickup.
Bedfellows. Wait. Bedfellows. 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 Well, I say bedfellows. It should say bed creepy story. Nah, that sucks. Bed creepy. Somebody in your closet. No. You just shut up. I need to shut up sometimes. I'll be annoying.
Danny, can you hand me my phone?
Give me my phone right now.
Danny, I swear to God. Hello?
Hey, Rach, it's Danny. I'm sorry to wake you up, babe. I, couldn't sleep, so I took a walk.
Oh, shoot. Oh, he tripping.
Could you come around and unlock the door?
Oh, that is ugly.
Rach, you there?
That's like that one I'm on Ari's story where he was trying to it's like that story was quick, but it was like that one Llama Art story when he had when they was roommates and they was sleeping in two beds, and then they had a little kitchen on the side and the bathroom and stuff. And then he acted like he was asleep, and then when he called him, he was like, "Hey, it's me." Yes. I mean, not it's me, but he was like, "Hey, yeah, I'm doing something for now. Yeah, so I gotta do this." And then that wasn't even him. The reflection.
Let me show you how to get 5,000 to 10,000 followers pretty much overnight. And a lot of times people...
Oh, this do look scary. Yeah, go ahead and brush that teeth. Make me mellow like shiny god ball head display. I I saw that. I saw that. I saw somebody do that. Dang, this video already started. It already happening like that. Oh, yes, that right there. Is you retarded? I would not look at it. This smack up too. Why she can't just walk? She just playing her. She thought she was going over there, but she got the other mirror on the other side. That look ugly. Do Moonlight Man. Moonlight Man. Rainy Queen. Now let me watch this one first. Really corn this for like hours, like straight hours.
It's a mannequin.
I know it's a mannequin, man, but why do you have it? And why did you interrupt my
Why
Netflix
did a
watching to bring me
mannequin
over here to see
on
this?
your restaurant?
I found her by the dumpster. I've seen on Craigslist recently that full-size mannequins such as her get sold for $300 to $400 easily.
I ain't trying to sound dirty or nothing, but that better not be a girl mannequin because I'm not trying to look at that.
Okay, so you sell a mannequin, and then maybe you can afford to get your own Netflix account?
Well, once again, I do appreciate you sending me this Netflix login.
No problem, man. I'm going to get back to it.
See, every time you get a friend, then they always, when they leave, they always, somebody always something. Y'all ain't see that when he pulled the when he put that jacket or wherever he just put it in, it just removed it. Or did something just hit? See what I mean? I don't want to look at that. And I blocked it too. So, y'all better be ready that I blocked it. Did the oranges come out? I don't like when mannequins look like that. Boy staring at him. That mannequin stinks. How did that mannequin get right there? That scared the crap out of me. You don't smack that mannequin with that. But it's like Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh nah, they trying to get the heck out of me. Is he retarded? Is this dude? Oh, I think that was the. Oh, he threw right in the trash can.
$100 on Craigslist, huh?
Ooh, I knew I had a block. I knew I had to block some of it because that looked weird. That looked weird. I'm not trying to think.
Today's topic is paranormal experiences.
I'm not trying to look at those. So I'm not trying to be nasty. I'm just saying. Just shut up and don't say nothing. And let me shut up. Oh yeah, you gotta get up there in your car. That's all right, that's why you can put those keys up before you can. Yeah, they go. You know what? I feel like that's what it's gonna do to her. You remember that Ghostbusters movies when that black girl and that other girl when they was trying to get that big dude. And then it was another ghost. She left the keys in it, and then it took off and started crashing her car. Give me my key. I'm trying to go home. did her dirty for real. I'm just saying, this is my late Halloween. Because I would have been recorded this so long. Just to like. But, yeah. But, Scary horror stories. Horror story. Okay, not right now. True horror story about a friend apartment. What about his apartment? I know this a year because I started watching it for 8 months. And yeah. I mean, it could be anyways, but yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, baby.
What kind of freaking game is this, you little freaking dummy freaking piece of bum?
This story happened when I was in the 9th grade. I was going home after being at my friend's apartment. He's one of my good friends, so I often visited him. It was about 9 p.m. at night. Usually I went home at 5 or 6 when I visited him, but it was final exam week, so I went home later than usual to prepare for it together. He lives on the 15th floor. I took the freight elevator down because it was quicker than the passenger elevator. The elevator is kind of old, shaky, and not really well maintained. The fan isn't working, the walls are rusty, full of graffiti, and the light flickers, as you would expect from an old building's elevator. At the moment, there were 3 or 4 people with me going down to the lobby. The elevator went down normally. Then, suddenly, at the 9th floor, the door opened. I saw one of my other friends. Her name is Billy. She was playing, laughing with some kids who I assumed to be her friends. Then she looked at me and smiled. I stared at her for a moment, but I didn't reply to her because, well, we're not that close. Nothing came to mind to say. So the elevator closed back up and took me to the lobby. But soon, I realized that no one that was on the elevator with me seemed to notice those kids, despite the loud laughter they made. But once again, I didn't care about it, so I went back home and rested. The day after, I saw Billy again. Out of curiosity, I asked her, "Hey, why were you playing so late at night? Why didn't you stay at home?" She looked confused, as if I was asking her a random question. She then asked me, "Well, what do you mean? I didn't go anywhere yesterday. I was at my house." I was a bit confused, and I couldn't believe what she just said. She then asked me again, "What was I wearing yesterday?" I answered, "You wore a white t-shirt, right?" I was hoping that she would say yes, but she said no. I felt my heart dropping. If it wasn't her that I saw last night, then who? A few days later, as usual, I was visiting my friend and went home late again. I waved goodbye to him as I was walking the corridor. One thing came to mind. How am I going to get down? Remembering those elevator things, I took the stairs. Well, I guess it wasn't a really good decision, but at least better than that scary elevator. I walked down the dark stairwell. Once in a while, I looked at the open part, and this time, I saw a shadow figure looking out from the balcony across. It seemed normal to me, probably a person looking down, so I kept on walking. Watching my step, I looked back up again, and suddenly, the shadow figure thing disappeared into nowhere in just a blink of an eye.
You don't run.
I was so scared thinking about how the hell did that guy disappear that quickly? By jumping down the balcony? My steps went quicker, but to my astonishment, I saw the sign 8th floor, which means I saw that figure when I was on the 9th floor. That same floor that I witnessed the ghost Billy. Soon I called my friend and told him about it. He was surprised and told me that a lot of people also said that the 9th floor is actually haunted. There was once a guy that died there, but was found rotting in his apartment room 3 days later.
Oh! True creepy elementary. I think I watched that one. Alright.
Hey, I'm Talon, and this is Rumpus, and I'm going to show you how to start an online t-shirt business. Let's go. First, go to Shopify.com and start a free trial. Next, create your t-shirt. You can use your own design.
And I'll be working so hard for this video, too, because you know what's so crazy about it, because I know I record for an hour.
This story is told from a female perspective. It happened to me a couple of months ago. I was on a dating app called Tinder. I matched with this one guy that I found attractive. He had a clean-shaven head and was more appealing compared to the other guys on the app. His profile said he was the same age as me, 25.
If y'all want to go on dangerous,
The bio in his profile was intriguing.
their brain
It read,
weapon like this.
I am the most versatile person you will ever meet. I compare myself to a chameleon because I like to be different and spontaneous, randomly. You should join me. This made me compelled to chat with him. He then sends me a direct message saying, "Hi, I'm Dennis." I sent him a message back introducing myself and asked him what brings him on Tinder. He responds by saying, "Want to have dinner at my place tonight?" Ignoring the fact that I just asked him a question. Without hesitation, I messaged, "Sure." I usually wouldn't be so forward with someone I just met online, but something seemed compelling about this guy. He then sent me his address and mentioned that he'll be inviting a few friends. I messaged him back saying, "Okay," and waited till then. Later that night, I drove to his address and arrived at his front door. As soon as I'm about to knock on the front door, it opens, with Dennis staring dead at me. He had a blank expression on his face and didn't say a word. I found this very, very bizarre and creepy. About 10 seconds later, he says hi, then leans over to give me a hug. He tells me to come inside, and I stupidly go inside. As we arrive inside, I sit on the couch, and Dennis immediately asks me if I want anything to drink. I tell him water, please. He then tells me that Patricia only drinks tea. I was confused by who he was referring to. I asked him who Patricia was. He then tells me that she is one of his friends that he invited over. I tell him okay. Then he proceeds to get me some tea in his kitchen. A couple of minutes pass and the most bizarre thing happens. Dennis comes out of the kitchen with 2 cups of tea, dressed as an adolescent child. He wore a yellow hoodie and blue track pants. The clothes honestly look like they belong to a teenage boy. He places the 2 cups of tea on the table and reintroduces himself again, saying his name is Hedwig, in a creepy child's voice. I found this really disturbing and assumed that this was some sort of sick joke. I awkwardly put on a fake smile and go along with the alleged joke. At this point, he tells me, "Drink the tea." Again in a disturbing child's voice. I really didn't want to and knew I had to get the hell out of there. So I cleverly say, "Don't we have to wait for your friend, Patricia?" He got angry and said that if I don't drink it, he will release the beast. He honestly sounded like the type of child that throws tantrums when their parents don't buy them things that they want. I was trembling in fear and didn't know if he was armed or had a knife on him, so I drank it. The room suddenly started becoming blurry, and I eventually started fading, then blacked out. I assume it was from whatever he put in the tea. I then remember waking up on the floor and seeing a woman standing in front of me. The woman was wearing burgundy. Looks like a burgundy long-sleeve shirt, black skirt, and some heels. I eventually get up from the floor and rub my eyes to see that the woman was Dennis, dressed as a female. I remember thinking to myself, this guy is a psycho. He then said, "I'm Patricia. Would you like to have a tea party with me?" in a female-like voice. I thought to myself, this guy is so fucked up. I acted fast and told him, I'll be interested in a tea party only if you invited Hedwig back, which was the teenage boy he imitated earlier. Surprisingly, he obliged and walked back into the kitchen to supposedly get Hedwig. I immediately used this opportunity to haul ass out of there and drive home. It's been a month since the incident occurred. I haven't taken the effort to report it to the police. I don't know if that was the smartest decision, but as I tell you this story, it still resonates with me until this day. Release the peace. Release the peace.
Hey, you mad because you ain't getting no girlfriend? Seriously, you mad because you ain't got no girlfriend? Too bad. You can't get none. I just went through a lot. But anyways, thank you whoever watched that. My fake live stream on my late Halloween. But thank you. Make sure you subscribe and hit that like button. And I got y'all. So, he just made a little Nerf gun and stuff. But thank you for reacting to it. I mean, not reacting, but thank you for watching it. Thank you for getting me subscribers with it. Thank you for for the likes, comments. I want all that for this video right here. All my subscribers right here that's watching this video right now. I want them to hit that subscribe button right now. And thank you. If you do, I appreciate it. I subscribe to you back. I comment to you back. I do all that. So thank you. See y'all later. I just went through a lot of day about this horror story stuff. Cause I will basically watch a movie. But we gonna watch a next scary movie. But not like those videos. I'm talking about like a real movie. Like if we can see, but thank y'all for watching this. Thank you very much. And see y'all later. Love y'all. Peace. I just click on some Call of Duty. Yeah, I updated. But see y'all later. Peace.